American Pickers star Frank Fritz's Illinois antique store has dead bugs, peeling ceiling, holes in floor. Frank Fritz Finds, located in Savannah, Illinois, is owned by Frank 60. Photos of the store show holes in the floors, a peeling ceiling, and a mess of dead bugs. The U.S. Sun received exclusive images that show the deteriorating state of Frank's store. In one picture, there were bugs stuck in the silk of a thick spider web that was hanging in a corner. The worn-out floorboards were accumulating grime, dust, and dead leaves. The uneven floor paneling had many large holes in it, and paint chips were curling off the ceiling. Okay. American Pickers alum Frank Fritz's judge makes ruling in conservatorship case. The shop was dimly lit, but you could still see dust collecting on a few of the objects. There was even a dead bug lodged within a display box. Frank, get better. Supporters have expressed their disapproval of the American Pickers star's failing business in no uncertain terms. A fan wrote on Google, "I need more stuff, get better, Frank." Most books in reality. The Tennessee store of American Pickers star Mike Wolfe is bustling with patrons, while Frank Fritz's Illinois store is empty. Another customer remarked, "The prices are very reasonable, but the place is a little run down." A third admirer expressed dissatisfaction, saying, "We were in the store in February and very disappointed by what we saw." "What a mess," cried out one of the four. Despite a fifth Yelp reviewer complaining that there is a horrible smell of mold everywhere, including the restaurant. Frank Fritz Finds located in the rear of Hog Dogs, a restaurant and bar. A spring cleaning? The U.S. Sun has acquired multiple images depicting the deteriorating state of the stores in the past few months. An exclusive series of images from January showed a wooden floorboard slipping into the earth. Additional images from last year's November and August showed hazy and stained glass display cases. At the same time, images of the beginnings of the worsening cobwebs were displayed. Frank's on the mend. Since his release from the hospital on September 6, 2022, Frank has been in and out of rehabilitation following his stroke on July 14, 2022. On August 18, close friends requested an emergency appointment of a temporary conservator and guardian for the singer due to his serious health scare. The conservatorship records stated that Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his financial affairs. Frank's conservator, Midwestone Bank, has been assigned to manage his finances. The petitioner asked Chris, a longtime friend of Frank's, to act as his guardian. Since the stroke, Chris has been assisting him in decision-making, according to a reporter for the U.S. Sun at the time. During his own time. According to a person close to Frank's family, the celebrity is healing at his own speed. The insider stated, "He's been working really hard to not overdo himself, stress himself out, and honor his health." The source said, "Frank is honoring what needs to be right now. He's not overdoing it and trying to prove anything to himself." See the U.S. Sun for more information. The insider disclosed he's just at the nursing home for physical therapy. The insider said, "Hopeful, I hope he bounces back," adding, "I have faith he will." American Pickers star Mike Wolfe's Tennessee store has crowds of customers as Frank Fritz's Illinois shop is empty. While Frank Fritz's shop in Illinois isn't as busy, American Pickers star Mike Wolfe's store in Tennessee sees large throngs of customers pouring in and out. Frank, also 60, runs Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, and Mike, 60, owns Antique Archaeology in Nashville, Tennessee, and LeClaire, Iowa. Compared to Frank's Iowa business, Mike's Tennessee site is overflowing with patrons, as the U.S. Sun can exclusively disclose. Customers were seen crammed into the Nashville store to look at products and antiques in pictures that were only obtained by the U.S. Sun. Regarding the images of Frank's location, there isn't a single customer there. The U.S. Sun was exclusively informed by a source that Mike's Nashville store is never empty. People are constantly entering and leaving. The crew is amiable and frequently responds to inquiries from viewers regarding the performance. Continue reading about American Pickers. According to the source, Frank's store experiences hours without any customers. They only receive a small number of clients. Mike's store is housed in a building that also houses a confectionery store and a clothes store. Regarding Frank Fritz Finds, it's situated in the rear area of Hog Dog's Bar and Grill. Experience Business Valuation Report states that Antique Archaeology Nashville's projected yearly sales are $903,000. According to the study, the company has a low-risk business credit score, which indicates a good probability of on-time payment. Antique Archaeology obtained a low-risk rating of 2 out of 5 for financial stability, which translates to a 1.11% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. According to Experience Business Valuation Report for Frank Fritz Finds, the company's expected yearly revenues are $25,000. The company has a medium risk rating of 27 on its business credit score. The shop was rated as medium high risk, 4 out of 5, by the Financial Stability Risk Ratings. The report claims this means there is a 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. Store Antiques. In his store, Mike offers pricey, one-of-a-kind antiques, and viewers may also view props from the program. One costs $2,100 and contains an intact Ozui replica made in France. A $2,700 Polarine thermometer sign is another item. A consumer would have to pay $2,800 for a Mae West pump. The cost of a leather suit featuring Native American designs and matching pants is $900. For $1,250, there's a yellow airplane ride that looks to be in decent condition. The cost of an Eco Tire Flat Pump Model 97 is $2,200. For $2,200, customers could also purchase a vintage Pepsi machine. One framed harmonica advertisement by Johnny Cash is up for $1,200. An old slot machine is available for $750 at Frank's Business. A Gain Feed Services sign costs $350, while a vintage Wills's 3 Castle cigarettes sign costs $400. Frank is selling an antique sprinkler for $150, and a test panel costs $400. Frank is selling a vintage teapot covered with seashells for $138. An antique insulator may cost $200 or more to buy. The business also sells clothing, tea sets, albums, trinkets, and other things. Frank's CONSERVA2ORSHIP. Frank had a stroke in July 2022, which has prevented him from being as active in the company. On August 18, Frank's close friends requested an immediate appointment of a temporary conservator and guardian for the celebrity, stating that his stroke had left his decision-making capacity so impaired. The U.S. Sun was able to obtain conservatorship paperwork that disclosed intentions to renovate the business. The conservator Midwestone Bank filed an initial plan that stated, Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector with numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator intends to leave those items mostly as they are, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, IL as needed. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items. The conservator hopes that Frank will once again be able to choose and set the price of the goods. Firing of Frank. Frank took a hiatus from American Pickers during an episode in March 2020 to recuperate from back surgery, which resulted in 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. Additionally, he disclosed to the U.S. Sun that he spent 77 days in an Iowan recovery center for alcohol abuse. During the 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun, Frank disclosed his conflict with co-star Mike. "I haven't spoken to Mike in 2 years," declared Frank. "He didn't give me a call to see how I was doing even though he knew I had a back problem. That's the way things are. The entire show is skewed in his favor. I'm not even able to stoop that low to convey to you how much." That's all right. It's similar to having Steven Tyler as the front guy of Aerosmith. "I've discovered my place on the show. I'm number 2 and he's number 1. I don't have an issue with that. Perhaps he does." For Indies Again, however, a buddy revealed to the Quad City Times that Frank and Mike spent Memorial Day weekend together in tears. The U.S. Sun was informed by a source that everything between them is fine. They have 40 years of mutual acquaintance. They completed high school together and have all of these experiences. Since Frank had the stroke, the insider claimed that Mike has seen him a few times. The two have also texted and called each other today. Frank today, as he still has a lengthy recovery ahead of him. The U.S. Sun earlier revealed that Frank continues to get physical therapy assistance while residing in an assisted living home. Frank was unable to communicate verbally or physically, so he has been there. He remains in an assisted living facility, a close friend of Mike's asserted. The insider went on to claim that although Frank got his verbal back, the star has struggled with improving his mobility. He's had a really hard time getting motivated. The insider asserted he found the drive to talk, but he's not quite there with the physical therapy. However, according to a second person who is close to Frank's family, he is healing at his own speed. The second insider stated, "He's been working really hard to not overdo himself, stress himself out, and honor his health. He's not going overboard or making an effort to impress himself. He is respecting the current state of affairs. For physical treatment, he is merely at the assisted living facility. I'm hoping he gets better. I'm confident he will." Currently, Mike, his brother Robbie, Danielle Colby, and John Jersey John Chalet are the show's stars. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.